Okay, so we've covered the A section. Now we're going to do the B section where we kind of change keys. And this is really, really cool because we're in the key of E flat minor, which, mind you, has a lot of flats. But you don't have to think about that. Don't worry about that. So we go to the sixth, the minor sixth, which is technically called C flat, but C flat is B. So we're just going to call it B major, but just know that it's also C flat major. If we were speaking enharmonically, which means, you know, like within that key, you know, like the proper term diatonic to that key, it would be C flat major 7. But C flat major 7 is B major 7. So whichever one you want to call it that. But this is the chord. It's a B major 7, C flat major 7 chord. 7th fret, 1st string, 7th fret, 6th string, 1st finger. There we go. And then we skip the 5th string and play 8, 8, 7. Right? And we do that for a whole measure. And then we drop down to a B flat minor 7. And then drop that down a whole step to the 4th fret to play an A flat minor 7. This whole time we've skipped the 5th string. We're not even touching the 5th string. And then we drop down another whole step to G flat and play a major 7 chord. So it's major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7. Right, so and then it repeats. And on this one, the second time through, instead of hitting the G flat major 7, we hit an F minor 7. And then a B flat minor 7 to turn it back around to the A section. So it's basically like the first 3 measures are the same on the repeat. The only difference is the last measure is F minor 7 to B flat minor 7. And then it turns back around. So let's loop that and then I'll play the melody. So this is what it sounds like looped. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it starts over, right? So that's the B section. Now the melody, we're way up here on the guitar. So we're on the 11th fret, 1st string. And we're playing 11, 14, 11, 12 on the B. And then we play 13 on the G string, and we just climb up on the B string, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then 13 on the E string. And then after that 13 on the E string, we play 14, 11 on the B string. And then we drop down to the G string and play, which is 11, 13, 14 on the G string, 11 on the B, 12 on the B, 11 on the E. And then climb down 12, 13 on the B and G string. So that's so far. And then now this part, we're playing 10, 11, 13 on the G string, 10 on the B, 11, 10, 11, 12 on the B. And then after that 12, we jump up to the 14th fret. Like that. And then we do, and that's 14, 13, 14 on the B string, 10 on the E, and then we hit 11 to start it all over again. So there's a lot of chromatic notes. We're doing a lot of like passing tones and just climbing up chromatically. There's a lot of that going on. So it's really important that you really map this out and go super slow with this section. It's definitely not as easy as the first section. So once again, we have and then the last time around, we do that, where we play 10, 9, 9 on the, on 10 on the G string, 9 on the B, 9 on the E, and then 12, 11 on the B. And then we go into the last measure, F minor 7 to B minor 7. So on the second ending, the last two measures are different. Melody, as far as the melody is concerned. As far as the harmony is concerned, only the last measure is different. But as far as the melody is concerned, the last two are different. So once again, super slow from the top of the B section. Up. That's the beginning again. One, two, three, 4, and 5, and 1, and then back to the top. So here we go. And then back to the top, right? So let's listen to the loop, and then we'll play along. B major 7, B flat minor 7, A flat minor 7, F, B. And there we have it. And then at the end of that, on the B flat minor 7, we go back to that, right? And those are really the only two parts. So what I want you to do, the B section is significantly harder as far as the melody is concerned. And the only reason for that really is the chromatic notes. There's a lot of like climbing up and climbing up, and it's in a weird key. It's not in, you know, a quote-unquote guitar-friendly key. There's a lot of flats. You know, you're thinking of C flats and things like this, right? Which gets convoluted. So what I suggest is that map out the melody. Map out the harmony. Take each note and literally write down on a piece of paper, either you're writing a notation or you're actually physically writing the letters of each note in each chord. Right? So in C flat major 7 or B major 7, right? But let's call it C flat for now. You have C flat, B flat, E flat, G flat, right? And then do the same thing for the next chord. Write them out. And then write the notes in each melody, or write each note of the melody on a piece of paper and then see how they compare to the notes in the chord, and things will slowly begin to make sense, like, oh, that's not a B, that's a C flat, and that's why it makes sense, you know? So it's a good lesson to get into fives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Think of it 3 plus 2, and just have fun, because it's a really, really cool song to play, so enjoy it.